Hello everybody, back with another knife review. I have a Columbia River knife and tool knife for you today, as you can see by the box. What I have is a Ichi, or the Japanese for the number 1. I hope I pronounced that right. But let me go and take it out. This is a Koji Hara design. So before I start, let's go ahead and run through the specs here. Closed right now, it is 3 1/4. Blade length is 2.5 inches, and overall is 5.6 inches. And it only weighs 1.9 ounces, so it's a very, very light knife. It features a 420 J2 steel. It is made in Taiwan. It's a satin finish blade only, I believe. And these are Zytel handles that are, I believe, come in gray, black, and red. So now, as the first thing I'm going to show, the first thing as you've already mentioned or seen is that this is an assisted opening knife. And before I begin, I want to let everybody know that I am not a fan of assisted knives. This is the second one I've owned. The first one being my zero tolerance 301 knife. I feel that it's kind of unnecessary, but this is my own opinion only. I can flick open a knife with my finger, if not faster, or just as fast as an assisted opening knife. So, at any rate, so let's begin. This is the outburst technology. Now, I feel in this particular design, the assisted opening is actually needed because the knife is so small that if you were to remove the outburst technology, it would be just kind of hard to flick out with your finger, anyways. I mean, it's comfortable, but it's not perfectly balanced in the way that you can actually maybe get at it and to flick it out or whatnot. But with the assisted, you obviously don't have to worry about that. But if you choose to remove it, you can. Under here, there's a big backspacer here. Underneath the backspacer, there's a spring rod in there, and there's a T6 screw in here which you can remove, and the spring rod will come right out, and that way you can turn this into a fully manual knife. All right. Now, since I'm zoomed in, I'll go and show you some more stuff about this. Excuse me. There's a pocket clip on here. It is removable. But is not reversible, so it's nowhere tapped, or nowhere anywhere else on the handle that's tapped that you can put it on. There's a nice little step terrace design right here, which I really love. I love this right here. It's great. Sorry for the oiliness. I actually had to oil this knife when it came out of the box. It was a little crunchy, and now it's fine. So there's a thumb disc here. Now, I'm not a huge fan of thumb discs either, but I do like this one in particular, only because when you're holding the knife, excuse me, your thumb can rest right on top of that thumb disc, and it provides a little bit more of a pad, for you to have better purchase on. If you're slicing fruit or anything like that, and you have your index finger on it, and you have it, slicing this way, it's very easy too, because you have the little thumb disc on there. So I thought that was kind of neat, in this knife in particular. I love the design. I mean, it's a beautiful designed blade. I mean, I love that. The whole knife is a streamline. That does have feature a liner lock, which is very strong. There's no blade plate whatsoever in this. You can get at the liner lock relatively easily. I mean, there's not much of a cutout for it, but that's not going to be a huge issue. Lockup looks really strong. So I'll show you here. See, so it locks up almost to the 50% mark on the tang there. So holding it is decently comfortable. I mean, it's not the most comfortable knife in the world to hold on to. If you have smaller hands like me, it'd be easier to hold. It's easy to hold on to, as you can see. If you have larger hands, I mean, this may not be the most comfortable knife. And unfortunately, this does not feature a lanyard hole that you can attach an additional lanyard for. So for you guys with larger hands, you can't attach a larger lanyard to hold on to. So you're just gonna have to deal with wherever your fingers fall on the knife. So it is easily closed with one hand and opened with one hand. Obviously, here's right and here's left-handed. There you go. So now I'm actually kind of growing more and more fond of this design and this knife. So even if it is a assisted opener, but I will say it's very lightweight. It's very nice. It's very easy to slip in the pocket because these Zytels are relatively smooth. So when you're slipping it in your pocket, this pocket clip holds on really well and just slips in and out of your pocket really nicely if you want to clip it. Otherwise, the knife is so small, you probably just put it in your pocket. You won't even have to clip it to your pocket at all, really. So anyway, let me set it down here. I'll show you how small this thing really is. I have my hand here, of course, as always, my full-size Griptilian. Put it right next to it. and as you can see, it completely gets dwarfed by the full-size Griptilian. The one thing I do like about this Ichi folder is the fact that it's so small and discreet. And I mean, look at the blade design and an overall design of it compared to the full-size Griptilian. And if you own a mini grip, and the mini grip's going to be exactly the same as the full size, except smaller. This is a very discreet folder. It's not very, I don't know what's the word, but it's not very aggressive looking. So if you pull this out of your pocket to cut fruit or open packages, no one's really gonna, mind, I guess would be the word for it. You pull this out of your pocket, someone's gonna notice. So that's what I like about it. The really nice, discreet, streamlined design of the Ichi folder. So yeah, so I highly recommend this to anybody. I mean, it's very light, it's very pocketable, it's very easy to open. The only thing is, I read online that a lot of people complained that this knife had too much blade detent, and that it will not flip out, and it takes a lot of pressure. And some people are complaining they couldn't open it or whatever. I mean, I can agree with them. It does have a lot of detent on it, but I mean, it just comes loose really quickly for me. I don't know. Maybe other people got like Bally designed production models. I have no clue, but mine is just fine. And the only problem is like I said, it would need a little oil when I first got it. It was a little scratchy when I was trying to open it, but actually it wouldn't even open all the way when I first got it. Every time you open it, it only flicked out to about here, so that's why I oiled it, and now it opens up fine. But you can tell there's this much room here that the spring does not take over. So right after that, the spring takes over. So anyway, so just be aware when you're buying the knife. Like I said, I have no trouble with it, but I've just read a few reviews, and a lot of people say that this blade is hard to open. So anyway, that would be my review and initial thoughts on the Koji Hara design Ichi auto-assisted folder, and I'll catch you guys on the next review. Take care.